All right, let me get started. Welcome to the Brother Speak podcast. This is Brother Speak. If you're listening for the first time, thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I also am on Anchor. The Brother Speak podcast is on Anchor. Anchor.com/speak on this YouTube. Or you can just type in at anchor.com the Brother Speak podcast and you look it up that way. So so today, yeah, kind of went on the Faith Factor. They were talking about Michaela Pink, and I went out there discussing that situation and delivering up. And I said some things that would got the women all riled up. And what could I say? Eh, You know, uh, but if you're afraid to say something because you getting their fifis, then you know what can you do? I mean, then you just be holding your tongue, and like I said, you can't hold your tongue on some things, and I didn't, and people took it wrong. They thought I was threatening women, which wasn't the case. I wasn't trying to threaten any woman. Um, so it was more or less like seeing the worst case scenario with this whole trying to level up, which is some of them is a disguise for scamming guys. You're trying to manipulate guys, and yeah, that can turn into a situation. And I said, well, some of these women that are disappearing could be because they scam some dude, and especially a high value dude, and they can make them disappear like that. Now, wasn't to say that it was all women, most. I said some. Wasn't even like you know, but the women got triggered. Uh, they thought it was like I'm threatening them. They took it as a threat, and that wasn't the case. I wasn't trying to threaten anybody. I just said I'm looking at it from the worst case scenario. You know, it's like I tend to look at things from the worst case scenario and come up, because one of the things that get people killed a lot is over money, and you're playing with someone's money, you're playing with someone's livelihood, you're basically playing with someone's life. So you're playing with someone's life, yeah, they're not going to take that too kindly. Some people let it go. They said, "Oh, my bad." Some people will come see you. So it's a dangerous game either way. So let me, matter of fact, to do better, I'm gonna play that part, and y'all tell me I was if I seemed like I was threatening the women or anything like that. Let me look it up right quick, because you know I don't want to be like, wow, I'm blowing it out of proportion, or I am like lying to anybody. I don't want people to think that. I just want so let me look over here. Here. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Faint factor. Yeah, I should have done this sooner. Yeah, I should have brought this up a little bit sooner. But this was kind of on a whim. This wasn't like I planned this. Oh man, I got something to say, and I'm gonna just go in on those women on that panel. I'm like, no, this is not what I was. This is just more like a random thing. But hold on, let me look. Let me go find it. Let's see. And again, shouts out to Faith Factor, Faith, CK, Love Wisdom, Koja, Malik. Who else was there? Judge Dre was on there for a second before he got kicked off. Oh man, sometimes you gotta really be careful. Okay, I'm trying to find this. Yep. Okay. I think. Hold on. See, this is what happens when you do things on the fly.
But yeah, I mean, you're gonna sit up here and wind up. You'll be lucky if you wind up in jail. Some of these people may put you in a
Before we continue on, I want to go ahead and punt it back to the ringmaster, CK.
Okay, that's not it. I think I kind of skipped it here. Let's see, where was I? Hold on.
People that lie and scam?
Of course not.
Of course not. There's several. There's both. There's anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like there's men out there. There's men out there that con women because they rich and everything. That ain't to me. It ain't no different from a girl from these level up type of women. They're no different than these con artists. They are con artists, in my opinion, because you're manipulating a man that wants to have a life and a legacy, and you see the right now situation. I understand everybody got to survive. However, if you don't like the person attractively, don't be with the person. Don't, or if you want to be with the person, it has to be out of sincerity. If it's not out of sincerity, what's the use of using that person? What if that person found out and do a private investigation? You stole the money. This is probably the same thing that happened to this lady. Theft. So I'm good. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, look, we know that there are men who do this too. But here's the difference between men and the women. The men can defend themselves. The women can't. Because if that man wants to get rid of you and he got that money to do that, guess what? You gone. And nobody gonna be speaking of you again. So we got a bunch of black women that disappearing and nobody knows where they are.
Yep.
Maybe some of them was trying to do that level up, trying to scam these guys,
and next thing you know, they disappearing. I'm just saying, it's a little different.
So that's what I said on there. I said, which just to piggyback on what Judge was saying and the other guy was saying, that maybe some of these women that disappeared, they were trying to do that something. Now, do I have any evidence of that? No, I don't. But and a lot of us put it on human trafficking and all that. Some of the people that get into this sex trafficking, human trafficking, they're trying to level up, trying to get away from their situation. So that's when I brought that up. That wasn't a vile threat on women. I mean, that's just what happens when you're talking about somebody's money. It's just like you're hurting somebody's family member, someone's kids. People are gonna come see you, and it ain't the talk. Some people are gonna come see you, and when they come to see you, they ain't talk. They ain't here to talk. They're gonna get that money back, or they're gonna take it out your ass. So when I said what I said, picking back off the other men, that wasn't like to threaten people not to level up. This was just to say that the dangers of trying to scam somebody, trying to manipulate somebody, and trying to con them out of their money. Yeah, that's what it was. So, of course, like I said, the women didn't take it too well, and well, this happened. So let me just play it.
From when the guys are scamming, they could defend themselves for the most part.
That sounds a little cryptic. What you're saying, like
they can still go to jail. But I'm just saying it's right. The guy is actually strong enough where, hey, I know I'm out here stealing. If a dude want to come beat my behind, I can hopefully protect myself. I mean, plain and simple. If you're a woman and you say your target is men who are stronger than you are kind of a fool to be playing a game like that.
But that's to me, that's a little bit of a reach.
No, I mean, you think your goal is really for men.
Gentlemen, please, I'll let y'all speak. Please don't do this. That's a little cryptic to say that, the assumption that the reason why some of these women are disappearing is because they're like into gold digging. To Sway's point, a lot of that's human trafficking. That's have nothing to do with gold digging. That's a little bit of a reach. Also, men do get capped by women for using them. Y'all ever seen Snap ID discovery where women will?
So of course we went into the whole thing. Well, men can get capped too. Nobody said that they can't. Nobody's saying that. But we're talking about it. If the woman don't have a weapon and the man don't have no weapon, they get into a fight. 9 times out of 10, the man gonna win that one. Nobody's saying that women can't cap. We've seen that too. This is not like everything is concrete. We're just saying, hey, this could be a problem. Some of these women might be disappearing because of that. We've had situations where women who have done scamming type stuff have got killed or beaten up. I'm like, we're making it like, and again, I didn't say this was the big situation. A lot of it is human trafficking. Yes, a lot of it, yeah, but not all of it. So it's not all of it. That's what they want y'all to believe. Yeah, it's all of it's just human trafficking. Well, here's the other thing about that. How you think a lot of these women get into human trafficking? It's not just people just coming running up and trying to kidnap them. Some of these chicks are getting mean with these guys trying to level up, and these dudes are taking advantage of it and pulling them into these sex trafficking, these human trafficking things. Yeah, a lot of people going from other countries trying to level up their lives, and they're getting caught up in this mess. So it's not to say it's a reach that it can happen. It's not a bit of a reach. That's a reality. That can happen. I mean, some of these women get trying to escape their family situations. They run to like California, and where they get caught up in porn. They get caught up in the porn, get caught up being with pimps, and then they're exploring them with their bodies. To say that's not possible, it's possible. Now, again, I'm not saying all, I'm not saying a lot. I said some, few. We don't know. That's what they're saying. You know, a lot of these girls are disappearing. We don't know whether they're getting killed for whatever reason. I'm just putting it out there. This wasn't no women taking it like a threat. I'm like, who's threatening who? I said, so who's threatening anybody on the? I didn't threaten nobody on the panel. See, for us, we got for guys, we gotta look at the worst scenario. We ain't looking. I'm not looking at the. Yeah, you can go to jail, but then there are other things that can happen to you when you're messing with people's money. There's a lot of shit can happen. So to say that it can't happen is a reach. That's like saying I don't know. It's just like it's like saying that it. Oh, that's not the reason. I'm like, are we serious here? So I mean, women can take it how they take it. We're just trying to say, hey, look, this is can't happen. This is the extent of trying to do level up, especially if you're trying to do it the wrong way. You're trying to manipulate people. Um you're trying to manipulate. You're trying to scam. And the point is, this chick got put in prison. She's in jail right now. What if they didn't call the cops and they just decided to deal with themselves? That has happened. You know, and it's like women can kill dudes too. Okay, but we're talking about the women here. We ain't talking about the guys. If you want to have that conversation, I mean, we know guys have got capped, got killed trying to scam somebody, steal from somebody, scams and stuff. We know all that. This is not, and the same thing I would say to her, the same thing I would say to him. Look, you trying to scam somebody, you trying to take some money. Guess what? Somebody gonna come see you, and it ain't to talk. And ain't no, we're gonna put you in jail. No, we're gonna put you in the grave. So this ain't trying to be a threat, trying to just be like scared, boogeyman type shit. Um, this is real life. You're trying to manipulate somebody, and some people gonna take it the wrong way. And when you talking about people with money, a lot of things can happen. when with people who got money, and if they want to do something devious to you, and they have the money to pay our people to make you disappear, it's just that's that's not hyperbole, and and they could do it and get away with it. I mean, this ain't me just trying to scare people or trying to be. I'm just saying, look, this is the dangers that can happen with that, and it's not just oh, dudes gonna be like, oh, well, she scared me. Oh, she manipulated me. Guess I'll just go in the corner. No, a lot of stuff can happen, and maybe it's just for me being in the prison. I have to always think of the worst case scenario and move up, not look at the best case scenario and go down. That's just, that's the that's the shit that I have to think about when I walk through those prison doors. So, and continue because it really went left when Coach Malik came up there. So, yeah.
Hire someone to kill their husbands and boyfriends because they done got scammed out of something. So I think that's a bit of a reach to say that women are disappearing because they may have been trying to level up. Nah, that's human trafficking. And let's be real. See, this is how we go off topic because then now we're getting into
I have a question.
And violence against women. That ain't because of no gold digging.
Ma'am, I have a question.
That's a subtle threat, and we're not gonna sit here and say the majority of women that get murdered are murdered by men, or you want to say, what's the other one? Less than murder when they say it's not planned. I can't think of the charge, but it's by men, and it ain't had nothing to do with gold digging. I ain't gonna say a small of them, but when.
And that's when the domestic violence came in, and I hadn't mentioned nothing. None of us mentioned anything about domestic violence. We didn't bring that up. I didn't bring up no domestic violence thing. So it's like you're adding stuff onto it because you feel some type of way because of what I said. Like just stay on what I said. I said something. I can't measure the number, and you can't even measure. And again, you can't even measure how many people was gone by human trafficking. That's something somebody put out. We don't know where these women and why, what and why. So to say that it can't be because someone got manipulated and they just decided to make it disappear. I mean, it's like we're putting out the worst case scenario that what can happen, and some of the women on the panel is taking that we're threatening women from leveling up. Nobody said anything about leveling up. And I think I said it earlier in the panel. You're doing it the right way, being a benefit and an asset. When you're just trying to level up off of someone else's dime and you're not giving anything, yeah, somebody's going to take it the wrong way. So, I mean, it's like, dude, I'm trying to threaten someone. And we're like, we're looking at worst case scenario and going up. The lady's in jail. That might have been a benefit for her because, yeah, some people, Who knows? Somebody might want to kill her for scamming them out of their money. Like I said, playing with somebody's money, that's a problem. And they might come see you again, but not to talk. They come to see you, might be for other things. I mean, in particular, there was some why Murder went to prison, allegedly, because there was a woman that scammed him out of his money, and he went to come see her, and he ended up raping the chick, nearly killing the chick, and that's why he in prison. So that stuff has happened. This is not like I'm just making this shit out of thin air. It happened. There's news stories about this stuff. So to say that, that's a threat, that's cryptic, it's a threat. That's not a threat. That's happened. Real time, real life. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. And again, I'll say it again in the past, I'm not against women leveling up. I'm just saying do it the right way. You level up to be a benefit and an asset. That's where the argument comes in, and I'm just gonna keep playing it. Stop interrupting a bit.
Not gonna take this issue and try to co-opt it into something else that is a subtle threat. Because that's what it's coming across as.
Well, unfortunately, it was not as a subtle threat, ma'am. It was not meant that
It don't
way.
matter if you meant it. That's the way it sounded. And maybe you need to check your intentions, because I don't care if you meant it or not. If I get hit in my head, I'm still hitting my head, whether you intended to or not. And maybe you need to dissect why you would say that.
Well, no, you're getting in your feelings. All I'm saying is this.
I ain't getting in my feelings. I'm just saying what the subtle threat that came across.
Not a subtle threat.
And the justification. And the reason how you wanted to I'm just trying to figure out how you would take it there.
No, but you don't want to as a threat.
That's a threat. That's a threat.
What you gonna do?
We haven't had cases of women who got killed because they tried to scam some guys.
Right. We
So
got women killed for a lot of reasons. We got a women killed for a whole bunch of reasons, but we're not going to take this particular issue and say that.
And did I say, and one, did I say most?
But you're trying to take it and make it reach there. You're trying to do something in your window.
I'm not saying they were most. I didn't even say what I said some.
Trying to warn you.
Well, I'm just telling you what it come across as, and that's a big one.
Well, take it how you take it, man. I'm not about to argue with you over it.
It's not
it ain't like I didn't see no news stories where women were getting killed because
we're not seeing women getting killed. Tina Turner was getting beat for she don't know what, and if she hadn't ran, she would have killed, and they ain't had nothing to do with her tricking nobody out of it. So we're not just gonna draw that.
I'm not saying you know what? I'm not gonna argue with it. You take it how you take it. If you don't want to, you take it how you take it. You take it how you take it. It is what it is.
And I'm taking it how you take it. Okay,
cool. We cool with it. Okay, I'm done with it.
From a woman's ears, what it sounds like, and I guarantee you, the more women were listening, and they said I can't tell you what it feels like to get kicked in the balls because I ain't got none. Only thing I can do is accept your opinion, and I'm telling you as a woman what it sounds like, and I'm not the only woman who said it.
Well, unfortunately, unfortunately, that's not what was said. And unfortunately, if you take it that way, no offense, tough shit, too bad.
Like I say, I can't.
All right. Let's slow it down.
I'm gonna tell you what these female ears hear.
Let's slow it down.
Feminine female ears hear.
Hold on. If I have to crack out the whip and start muting people, I will do that. Now, if basically the point is that something was said, the women take it like that. It's pretty much a dead point, dead situation at that point. Because if women feel something, that's just what they feel. We can't tell them how they feel. And, women have to understand that it may have been communicated one way, but that wasn't the intention. So We definitely don't want to turn a situation where we're all looking like we have no makeup on our faces like Michaela was when she was arrested. We don't want to look like that. So I don't know if you all want to kiss and make up and shake virtual hands, do what you got to do. But at this point, it's a lot of clown talk going on with trying to force someone to say, "Hey, I feel this way," and then the other person is like, "Well, that wasn't my intention." You both are pretty much saying that you just don't agree. I think we can move on. So, who hasn't had a chance to speak as far as getting in the ring?
But before anybody jumps in, I did want to acknowledge all the super chats. I believe a while back, Nick Taylor posted.
Yeah, so that's what kind of, it didn't bother me. I just like, hey, you take it how you take it. And then, like I said, people thought that I was threatening anybody. No, it's a warning. It's not a threat. It's a warning. Threat be, if you steal my money, I'm gonna beat your ass or kill you. That's a threat. That was a warning. It's in a game, and this whole in this whole level up, trying to manipulate guys, and it has serious consequences and deadly consequences. Yes, you can end up missing, and nobody find you. I ain't saying anything that hasn't happened. Okay, it's just, like I said, a lot of people get into the sex trafficking, the human trafficking, because they're trying to level up, men and women. They're trying to level up, leave a different country, and they get caught up in this human trafficking. That women who's having living bad situations get all caught up with a pimp. Now she's sex trafficking. Now she disappeared. Nobody knows. The family don't know where she is. Now that happens, but it comes back to people trying to level up, but they're not doing it the right way. Instead of leveling themselves up, they're getting desperate, or they're getting vindictive. They're trying to take the easy way out, which is trying to scam somebody, trying to manipulate, trying to level up on someone else's dime. People are not going to take that. And like I said earlier in the panel, way before this, you're either going to be someone's calm duster, or you're just going to be left behind. I mean, it's just, that's the way it is. But I'm not going to play all that, because then you had Love Wisdom going in, and then it just turned into a shit show. And like people say, yeah, trying to just disrupt the conversation. I'm like, huh? I'm like, no, that's not what I was trying to do. It's just it. But women see it differently than men. Oh, you're threatening us, and well, you take, like I said, you take it how you take it. That my intent wasn't to disrupt the conversation, turn into a left field. The intention is, look, this is what can happen. This is what can happen. I can't look at it rose-colored lenses. I gotta look at what the worst thing can happen times 10. The whole hope for the best, expect the worst. So that's just what it is. I'm not gonna be on here too long. That was just reacting to my opinions on the panel, and it got heated. Somebody, some later judge called a dog on the leash, and he got kicked out. That was kind of unfortunate. People got mad, and people took it the wrong way. But it's stuff that has to be talked about. these are the type of stuff that people put themselves in harm's way, either through themselves or with other people trying to manipulate the wrong people. And it's very serious consequences. Anything can happen. Now, again, it wasn't my intent to disrupt the conversation. It wasn't my intent to, change it into a direction that it wasn't. I'm like, we're just looking at the dangers of doing it. Got chicks um, getting dangerous surgeries. You got women doing all kinds of evils trying to level up, but they're not leveling up the right way. They're trying to do the easy way out, the quick way. It's just like the guy selling drugs. The easy way to make money, when instead of getting some skills, getting some techniques, getting some trades that could benefit you for the long term. It's no different. And like I said on that panel, it's a lot of these chicks are running. They're running from themselves and their situation. They don't even try to level up to the best on their level. It's one thing you're trying to level up to a high value man. You don't even level up to the man on your own level, the best of your own level. That's a problem. And so you're talking about leveling up, but you won't even level up to your own level, to the best of your own level. Hey, DDRL. Yeah, you missed something on the Faith Factor. I don't know if you saw it in the clouds. Yeah, I threw a pipe ball in there. Me and Judge Dre. we caused a storm over there. Oh man, it was yeah, you have to go see the replay of that one. It was crazy. But that's the end. If you're going, my thing is, there's dangers of leveling up the wrong way, trying to manipulate. I saw a bit of that I saw a little bit of it had to go, tired of hearing the same all. Oh, well, basically we was talking about, that Makayla Pink, she got arrested, and I had made the comment that, how is it? Some of the women that been disappearing, how black women disappearing, some of them could have been they was trying to level up and manipulate the wrong person, and they just disappeared. So that's what I said. And I think Judge Dre and said, I was piggybacking what he's saying, that is really dangerous, and they didn't, and the women on there didn't take it too well. They thought we was threatening. They were saying that it was a reach, then I'm reaching or something like that. And yeah, she was arrested apparently. They arrested her for theft and money laundering. So yeah, so they when I said that, yeah, they got a lot of people got mad, and they didn't turn into a big heated argument. I think Judge Dre got kicked off the panel because he said put your dog on a leash. And he was saying the Koja Malik. So that didn't go over too well. And yeah, it was just back and forth. It got heated. But the women, they didn't take it very well. And but it was just like we're looking at the worst case scenario of Some of the women are just as toxic as the men. Yeah, they are. Like they were comparing, I guess, comparing her to Kevin Samuels at some point. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I just came in like at towards the tail end and threw my pipe on. But you know, that's just it. Some of these women are as toxic, and there's consequences, especially when you're talking about manipulating people and you talking about money. Man, you you taking someone's money. Ooh, that's like that's like messing with someone's family member. Let's see, I was flipping channel and the women talking just as crazy as some of the guys. Yeah, they do. Uh, and it's leading people astray, and they're gonna put them in a bad situation, and and at the end of the day, we don't want that for our women. And middle age does not understand the functioning of relationships. No, because it's about control. They're trying to control stuff and get over. They're not trying to. They're not trying to build something with people. Be an asset and a benefit. They're just trying to get over. And people are not as stupid as they think they are. And the funny thing about some of these women that do try to level up, they're leveling up, but they still thinking that the guys that they leveling up to have the same thought processes as the low level guys that they were dealing with. So you're trying to level up, but you still have the mindset that these guys are just as the guys on the low level. They don't think the same. Our community service on both ends. Yeah, we are. It's all about control. We ain't trying to do anything. But like I was saying, we're trying to Jesus, what was that? They're trying to move up on someone else's dime and thinking that these guys are like these low level guys. And these high value guys are not like that. Yeah, on some level they think of they value sex and beauty, but when you're talking about high value, actual high value men, they value connections. They value their image. They value those connections that they have with different people. So if you coming up there still on that low level thinking, and you're treating like him and the people around him like the low level cats you just dealing with, you're gonna mess. Not only you're gonna mess up his business deals, his reputation, and nobody got time for that. They're gonna dump you. If you're not a benefit, if you're not an asset, nobody's gonna take care of you. They're just gonna throw you away. And and people don't really think about that on their end. And so when we got guys who are trying to tell you, hey, look, this can turn bad when you're manipulating someone out of their money. There's a lot of bad things that can happen. Especially people with money, they can make you disappear without any. You could disappear and nobody will know. Notice many other women, as the men, are single alone and miserable and have not gotten over previous relationships. No, they still no, they don't. They don't get over it. It's like they haven't gotten over it, and they take that with them, trying to go to the next level. But you haven't fixed your shit. You running from whatever demons that you got, and you're trying to go up to this next level. but you still got these demons chasing you, and now you're gonna wreck another relationship. And some of these high level guys you think they are, they're not really what you think they are. They just as messed up as you are, but they got money. And shit, people with money they could do anything to you, and they pay off the right people, you out of there. So it's like, man, it's crazy. But you know, a lot of the women are sensitive, and you know you know they think that we trying to threaten you and this and we're not trying to threaten you. It's just we're trying to show you this could be a problem. See, as a therapist, it's frustrating that this shit. I feel like I'm still at work and it's supposed to be a distraction. I feel for you. D-Darrell, I gotta ask you something. Is it hard for you to not get into therapist mode and really just like diagnose these people instead of just, taking it for what it is? Is it hard for you not to do that? Yeah, I figured. I mean, how can you not? How can you not listen to some of these people on here and be like, yeah, I had many times where I had to stop myself. I bet you did. I can't see how. I'm not even a therapist, and I'm trying to figure out what is wrong with this person. What is it? Some of these people say so. Yeah, I'm like, how can you not? I'm like, I'm glad I'm not trained as a therapist, but I look at some of these people, I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah, I don't need a therapist. Maybe I need to recommend you to somebody. Maybe I could recommend you to D-Darrell. Maybe they can help you because this shit is I mean, some of this stuff is out of pocket. And it's usually thinking they're speaking truth. Yeah. it's like it's absolute truth. And then when when you when you question them about it, they looking at you like you're insane. I'm like, no, I'm not insane. You insane. You have an issue. At least I know I have my issues. I'm like, but I'm not to the point where I'm like I speak absolute truth on anything and can't be questioned. I may argue against it, but then when I sit back and think about it a bit, then I can be like, you know what? You might be right about that. But some of these people can't do that. Saying me like to be abused. Men like being abused. I'm like, what? Were you on I Am Verbal thing? Cause I think I heard one of her panels. She was saying that men like to be abused. I was like, what? I'm like, I'm like, uh, oh God. I'm like, are you serious right now, lady? Are you serious right now? You really believe that men, you was on the yeah, 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 yeah. I was quiet out of respect. I was, you did the Homer Simpson digging in the bushes. I like, wow. I'm like, she just actually said that. That came out her mouth. I'm like, wow. That's fucked up. That's just like completely completely fucked up that you even think that men that got their stuff together actually want to be abused. I'm like, no. You got dudes who you got dudes who got money. They like to be abused. Yeah, I can believe that. But men? Nah, man. Nah, come on, lady. Maybe that's some of the dudes that you were dealing with, but that nah, that's you. Hey, okay. I was like, oh boy, and hey, D Darrell, let me ask you something. Have you ever heard of the guy named The Honest Truth? Maybe you know of him. Have you listened to any of his content? Cause she's a big fan of his, and I'm like, I'm not a big fan of this guy. So I don't know if you know him or not. If you heard any of his content before. Yes, you subbed him. Okay, so please don't listen to my last video. Yeah, I went on him a bit. Yeah, so please don't listen to that one. I've had an interaction with him on BMT's panel. So yeah, I'm not a real fan of him. I don't like some of those guys who they take that pro-black things. But he can be heavily, yes, he can. Yes. He was on there on BMT's panel, and like I said, some of the stuff I agree with him on, but then when you don't agree with him, then the coon word come out. I'm like, he called me a coon. He called me. His ideas come from being dropped by IG. Oh, he dated an IG model. I wish I learned that before I did my video on him. Oh, god damn it. Ah, man, I would use that one. But yeah, me and him got into it, a bit ironically over white men. We got into it over white men. And he blamed her leaving on the fact he lost his job. Oh, no wonder why he sounds so depressed. No wonder why he sounds so defeated. Jesus. I get it now. You know what? I was roasting that guy and shitted on him. Now I kind of like. I'm like now I kind of. Nah, I still think he ain't shit, but I kind of feel bad for him now. No one, I think I think that's why he got triggered on that panel because yeah, Hood Conservative was digging at him. He just wanted his woman back, and he got triggered. He got mad. Like, David poked the hole. He got him. He got him triggered. He was throwing out ignorant nigga and he was just mad. And then what really broke his heart? He blames him. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, you taking that the wrong way. It's like, look, she probably would have left anyway. Yeah. She probably would have left anyway. It's not so much, people lose their job. A lot of people lose their job, but the women don't just automatically leave. If they leaving, she wasn't with you for you anyway. She was just like that. She wasn't with you for you. She was with you for the money. And like, damn. So you got caught up, bro. That don't mean. And what he was saying on that panel. I believe men should be getting their set together. Should be getting their money right. He got it. Yeah, he did. He went in on. He went on. He was trying to shame Red Pill Finance, and I didn't like that shit. That was something. I'm like, he was going in on for no reason. Like, the man was young. What'd you expect? He ain't gonna have it all together yet. But he was just browbeating, and then he up there saying that we're conquered, and look what the white man did, and I'm like, I got to school. I said, dude, I don't look up to no white man. I don't put him on a pedestal. I'm like, what you're doing, you put him on a pedestal. You're not helping. And I'm like, dude, I don't put them on a pedestal. I put myself on a pedestal. I don't put them on a pedestal. That's you. I'm like, so it's like, dude, you don't know what you're doing. And the sad thing is, some of the women in the chat was egging him on, and you got Miss Verbal up there, big up in this guy, but you're not seeing the bigger picture. This type of guy is one of the weakest ones out of the group. I mean, I don't like how we continue to ignore the fact that our place in this society affects our ability to thrive. Yeah, it does, but you still got to thrive some way. But you don't look up to another race of men and tell black men that's how you gotta act. I'm like, no, that's not how that goes. Basically, what you're saying is, I've given up. I'm just gonna bend over and take it up the ass of the white man. That's what you're doing when you do that, saying you're conquered all the time. No, don't come to me saying I'm conquered. How about we find a way to be unconquered? It may be there's maybe some truth to it, but that don't mean you have to feel conquered. I'm sure that the Hispanics don't feel conquered. I'm sure that the Asians, the Arabs don't come on here and feel like they conquered. They come on here looking like, okay, I'll play along with this white boy. What they don't understand, most black women don't think that way, and also for black men. No, they don't think they're conquered. They're like, look, I'm trying to make it. I know that the white men run shit, but hey, look, I'm I'm gonna get my shit together. They are not my God. They are not my pedestal. My pedestal is me. So, and kind of round it back. That's part of this leveling up. Though you're trying to idolize a group of people that you shouldn't even be idolizing. You're listening to like this Michaela Pink trying to level up on her thing, and she ain't even leveled up. Now she in jail. And I'm gonna cover everything in the small town. They really expect black men. Yes, they want to be Superman, but guess what? Superman had a kryptonite. Superman did die. Superman died in the comic books. Doomsday killed him. And guess what? Guess how he came back? He didn't come back on his own accord. DC saw that they were losing money. They brought him back. So I'm like, black men are not heroes. They're humans. And yes, have some black men failed? Yeah, absolutely. But there's been men who have succeeded and thrived. And instead of looking to them and saying, hey, how can my daughter be like you? No, you want to shame them and be like they conquered. Oh, they don't have what the white man has, so it's meaningless. I'm like, wow. Oh, they don't have what the white woman has, so it's meaningless. That's part of the reason why some of these women are leveling up. It's for women who have underachieved and they want a man to live off of long-term exchange for sex and image. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. A lot of these, and that's the thing. And they're doing it. They're not doing it on their own merit. They're trying to piggyback off some other dude. And dudes are not that stupid. They're either gonna, if you do scam this guy, manipulate and steal some of his money, they're gonna come see you. And it's not the talk. Some, they might get the law on you, put you in jail. Some, they might just kill you. I mean, is I'm wrong for saying, was I wrong for saying that on that panel? Was I wrong to say that? Or was I reaching, or was I speaking some truth? Because maybe you could tell me, D. Darrell. Maybe I was out of bounds for saying something like that. That some of these women that are disappearing is because they're trying to level up and scam somebody, and then these people make them disappear. What was I wrong for saying that? I mean, it's because maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was out of line, but I don't think I was. But I would probably I would rather I want to I don't know. Maybe you might think I was wrong for saying that, but I don't know. So, but yeah, it's that's the thing. People want to level up. Thank you. I'm glad you saw what I was saying and was not like some of these men probably didn't hiring a hit. Probably did hiring a hit. Yes. And that's what I was saying on the panel. That's what me and Judge and the other guys were saying. It happens. This is not something that we just made up. This is not something we just pulled out of our behinds. It happens. It has happened, and it will continue to happen. But the women thinking we threatening. You threatening us women. No, nobody's trying to threaten you. We're trying to tell you the dangers and we're trying to get you to see if you do something like this, if you're manipulating the guy, you stealing this guy's money, and you're trying to play this role, some guys don't take too kindly to that. And they can do any, and especially you talking about guys who got that kind of money and they don't give a fuck about you like that. They can do all kinds of stuff and they have the money to do that. I mean, let's take R. Kelly. He had them women locked up in his house for a long ass time. That dude was messing with a bunch of young girls. Nobody did nothing to him until till very recently. Other than the fact that he had those two trials. I mean that trial. And they let him go free because the family didn't want to lose their gravy train. But R.K. was doing a lot of destructive things in the community, and nobody did anything because he had money and fame. That's and all those girls who were going to him, they were trying to level up. You may not see it, like some people may not see it like that, but that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to level up out of their situation, and R. Kelly took advantage of that. So, like I said, when I was saying it, the other guys were saying on the panel, that's what happens. And we were saying that there's a lot of danger in that. Then you get the pushback. Oh, well, the woman can set you up to get hit. Okay, yeah, but dude, I'm like, yeah, they said, yeah, they could put a pistol, but if everything is equal, no guns, no weapons, it's just a man and a woman. Even the weakest man could be stronger than a woman. And he could do some things to you. Now, add money to the situation, he could probably kill her off, and she could disappear. Nobody would know anything different. Like they said, they got hundreds of black women that have disappeared. We don't know why they disappeared. Some of it, yeah, a lot of it was human trafficking. Why do you think they got into human trafficking? It's not it's not just people just snatching people. A lot of it is just people snatching people off the street. No, it's some of these women trying to level up from their situation. They met the wrong guy and then they got caught up. And then when they done with him, they throw him away. That's kind of like when we were talking about the sugar baby situation. A lot of those sugar baby end up being escorts because they get so addicted to that money. They were trying to level up, try to get with a rich guy. The rich guy got tired of them. Now they're escorts, getting 200, 300, 500, something like that at a time. And they got to keep sleeping with guys that they're not even attracted to. Especially, I know, I use them. I use the escorts. I mean, it's not like when I talk the stuff, I'm not just pulling it out of my ass. This is stuff I experience. Like when that people talk about the dark side of sexuality, I'm living it. I be in that. I live the lifestyle. I am a trick, so I know. And like, so I know where this leveling up, if you do it the wrong way, can lead you. And no, it don't always, it's less risky. Get you a sugar baby. Oh no, I don't got that kind of money, and I don't got that kind of patience. Nah. Nah. Look, I could talk to you for an hour and we do what we do, but after an hour, man, I'll be ready to go. Like, look, you gotta go. Look, he's like, look, the only woman that I can talk to for over an hour and not be ready to go is my ex-wife. And we talk for we could talk for hours. But then when we done, we're going to play video games. she get on her computer, I play my video games, and or we watch anime or something like that. No, I can't do the sugar baby. I'm not expensive as they may portray. No, they're not. But you still gotta spend time. And nah. I'm good. I'm good. I got chicks texting me now trying to see if I come see them. Like, especially when it was cold like that. That chick was still trying to text me, come over. I'm like, you could get a sugar baby for 300, 400 a week. 300, 400 a week? Nah, I can't. Nah, I can't do that. Nah, neither. Nah, that's like what? Let's see, 1200. Low end $1,200 a month? Nah, I might as well have a wife for that. Shit, if I'm putting that kind of money in, no, nah, bro. No, you're my wife. Then you are not. You ain't sugar baby no more. You my wife. That's too much investment, bro. I'm telling you. Nah, that's wife. I'm putting that kind of money into a woman for that much time. That's wife material. That is not someone getting married. Well, shoot, might as well. You putting that kind of money in, shit, we might as well get married. No. Can't do that. Nah. I'm good with the 1 hour, maybe every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks or something like that. Then hey, you do you, I do me. Your wishes are command. Hey, for that hour, it is my command. What you for that hour? For that 200 hour? Yeah. Your wishes, yeah. Shit. But then when that hour up, it's time for you to go. My wish is for you to leave. Go back over there. Go deal with your kids and that life you have over there. No, the hour. Hey, we could deal with the hour. After the hour, go over there. Go home. Go over there. Right over there. Like, cool. Yeah. I know your baby dad was crazy. Yeah, but okay, I'm good. Look, the hour's up. You got to go over there. Yeah, go over there. No, don't call me. Don't call me. Yeah, I got this problem with my baby dad. Look, chick. Look, listen. I'm not your buddy. I am not your friend. I'm your customer. That's what I am. You don't call your customer to come solve a problem. You call the customer when you need some money, but you got to provide the service. No, we after that, no, you go over there. You go over there. I mean, I got one. She wants more. I had one. I mean, there was one chick that I was that I had used. We went to this. She enjoyed the sex and want all of you. But yeah, this one chick, we went to this club I know, and we did our thing for the hour, and you know we separated. I gave her money. Place in. Oh, hey, don't shit on Place In. Hey, I've had some good times at Place In. Okay, Place In is all right with me. But back to the story. We went to this club that I go to. I brought her over there, and some of the guys were like, "Man, how did you get this woman?" I'm just like, "Mm-hmm, yeah, I sure do." So we had our hour fun, and we get home. No, she went home. I went to work. So I'm going to work, and I get a text for her like, "Oh, I'm having a situation. I need to borrow some money." So I'm like, I'm at work. I can't do nothing for you. So, you know, I come back the next after I got off of work, and I texted her, yeah, I'm sorry you know that I couldn't help you, but I was by the time you text me, I got it. I was going to work, so I couldn't answer. So she's like, "Oh, that's okay." Then next thing she texts me like, "Hey, you shorted me on the money, and I need some more money." And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, what? I'm like, cause I went over your ad, and this is what was, and I gave you the money. It's not like, and the thing about me, when I give them when I give money, I give a tip. So I gave what the price she had and the tip, and it came out to all the way like yeah, they have ads. It's just like everything else. They got ads. So I gave her the money plus the tip, and she counted the money. It's not like we were like gave her the envelope and she left. She counted the money right in front of me. Boom, 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 boom. And she said, "Oh, okay." Hug, left. Now she's up here texting me like, "Oh, you shorted me. I need some more money." I ignored the shit out of her. I'm like, click, erase that number. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, like, no, this ain't no. Look, I may be a trick, but I ain't no sucker. You got the wrong one, honey. I am not the sugar daddy. I'm not the money tree. No, I paid for a service. I got the service. We're good. Everything's good. No, you ain't getting none. And I got another one trying to do the same thing, but no, we ain't doing that. I see you when I see you, and I pay and I tip well. But shit, I don't no. If you're thinking that this is a money tree, you're gonna manipulate it into getting more cash. No. Mm-mm. So, that's just and that's what some women be trying to do when they claim they leveling up. They're trying to scam somebody, trying to take, but they ain't giving nothing. And sex get old. Your beauty gets old. It's just like it's like a game system. We play the game system, probably play it a month, maybe 2 months, but then we get tired of it. It's just sitting there. Hell, my Nintendo Switch is sitting there right now. I got that like what 5 months ago. I haven't played that thing in 2 months. That's the same with women. Look, some of these women thinking that you are going to to have this money tree for a long period of time. But if you're not putting in anything into it, you're not being a benefit to the guy. He's gonna dump you. And if you stealing from a guy, you manipulate him and conning him, again, he might come see you. And it's not the talk. There's gonna be some problems. And you might not see it coming. And some of the women on Fate's panel were talking about, well, she could come send guys to you. Okay, that's when that's if you survive some of these attacks that might be coming. But don't get it twisted. Some of these guys, they can get hitmen and come get you. That's just what it is, man. And I think some women don't get that. So when we're trying to say it, you want to get offended. And me, I'm like, you could take it how you take it, but ratchet, yeah, hey, I always got some ratchet shit in them. And yeah, some of these women be ratchet, and they don't, but they thinking they're untouchable. No, everybody get touched, and the ones that can touch you the most is usually those high value guys. And it's just it's just bothersome that the women on the panel reacted the way they did, and it's like I don't, I get it. It's women. They have their feelings. They have their emotions, and I get it. But sometimes, and I think what the problem is, a lot of guys take women's emotions. They take women's emotion into consideration too much, and we do things what they think that they need instead of what they actually need. Man, you need to be a competent, strong man. That's what women need. They need that. They need that leadership. They don't much more than your money, even though they need money too. You need resources, but they need for you to be a strong, competent man and a leader. Even if it's just friends with benefits, even if it's short term, long term, you still have to be that strong, competent man. And you can't be afraid to hurt their feelings. You can't be afraid of they gonna feel some type of way. You can feel whatever you feel. You feel how you feel, but the truth got to come out. The real reality has to come out. And it's not pretty. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's very scary. When you're not doing the right thing, and when you're trying to play people's money and their emotions, you're playing with fire. And you're thinking like these low level dudes, oh, they ain't gonna do nothing. They just all talk. No, when you're talking about these guys with money and they don't care, there's a lot of stuff they can do to you, and you'll just disappear. And nobody will come find you. Like they said, a lot of black women are disappearing. And it ain't all because of human trafficking. It's not all because of domestic violence. It's because some of these women are doing shit they have no business doing. They're trying to level up off of someone else's dime, off of someone else's name, and they are not giving anything back And so these people are making it disappear. I mean, what else can we say to you? Now, you could take it as a threat, okay, but at least you were warned. Michaela Pink, she in jail. That might be a benefit because some of the people that she stole money from, they might have came see her, and it wasn't to talk. So, you know, to Koja, Malik, Love, Wisdom, Faith, Sue Celeste. Hey, love y'all, sis. I really do. But the sit up here and be so damn offended because we're trying to warn you of the negatives of that, and we're trying to uh 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 we we we're trying to scare y'all. It's a threat. You trying to threaten black women. I'm like, nobody's trying to threaten black women. If anything, we're trying to save you. We're trying to say this could have been up worse than what it is. That chick kind of got off lucky, depending on what type of prison that she in. You don't know, but it could have been worse. Somebody could have came see her, and it wouldn't be the talk. And they ain't, and some of them ain't going to call the cops. No, 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 no. It's going to be to make you go bye bye. Either get their money back one way or the other, or to make you go bye bye. And where she go? So it's but I don't have nothing against Love, Wisdom, Koja, Malik, and Faith. I don't have nothing personal against them. I wasn't even like I was getting upset because it was just like you're taking what I said out of context and you're putting your feelings into it, and you're making it seem like we're trying to threaten, which wasn't the case. They also said that I was trying to disrupt the conversation and trying to derail it, and I'm like, no, this is all in the context of if you do something like that, manipulating people, all this stuff can happen. Nothing is out of bounds. It's not a stretch. That can happen. Like one of the escorts I'm going to, she had a dude stalking her, literally stalking. That's not out of the realm of reality. She was getting stalked, and she had to go to the particular website that I go to try to help her get this guy away from her. That's not that. And it's like you can't call some dudes fast enough if somebody's at your door and he want to get you. Oh well, if I got a gun, yeah, if you got a gun, but what if you take the gun out your hand? Now what? It's one of those things, man. You think guys are trying to scare you, but we're trying to just save you from getting into trouble. And it's a lesson, and that whole thing is a lesson. Listen, if you're going to level up the right way. Learn to be an asset and a benefit to the guy that you're trying to level up to. That's all it is. Just do that. Stop trying to stop trying to level up on someone else's dime. That's not going to work. Level up on your own merit. so you can be an asset and a benefit to him, and he could be an asset and a benefit to you. That's it. All that other stuff talking about, oh, I'm gonna scam these guys, hose these guys, all that kind of stuff. That's goofy stuff. That's just you playing with fire, and sometimes playing with someone's money, playing with their emotions. You playing with your life, and it's real out here. You see the attacks on black women. These guys are biting them, they shooting them, they killing their kids. Not that this haven't been happening, but you see all this on the news now. Some of it is a scare tactic to make black men, black women keep going against each other. But this stuff is out here. Some of these guys don't give a fuck. And they got money too. Oh, it's a double. We don't give a fuck. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. It's been over an hour and 30 minutes. Thank you, D Darrell, for coming by. It's great to have guests around. I'm gonna end up having to, pull out the link and start putting people up because I do. I know I do talk, and I kind of forgot about doing the link, but I do enjoy talking to people from the chat. It makes these lives a little more interesting, and so shouts out to D Darrell for coming through. Anyway, I am going to do like an audio only version and put it on Anchor. So when I'm done here, I'm going to record it there and check it out there. It's probably going to be a little bit different than here. But with that, let me get my theme music on. Let me get it anyway. So, that is it for the Brother Speak podcast. This is your host, Brother Speak. Thank you for coming by for this live. Thank you for D Darrell for coming through and interacting with me. I will have the audio version of this up soon, probably within the next couple of days. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am done. Y'all have a good one. Brother Speak out.